Hi, I'm Indran from Sunrise and Subhendu from the 10th Floor Marketing.
Hi, Andan.
Hi. Today it's a segment when we're very privileged and honored to have you with us today.
Thank you.
And we want to talk about growth and what are some of the strategies that you see the biggest things happening in today's space regarding growth?
I think yesterday Bitcoin reached 5,800. 3 months ago it was 3,000. Nobody can figure out what's causing that growth. And disruption is what's driving growth in industries that didn't exist or businesses that didn't exist 10, 15 years ago. So I think everything that we knew about growth is changing, and there are certain things that we knew about growth are not changing. One of the good things to focus on to understand growth is the unchanging part of growth, which is about understanding people, understanding behavior, understanding how people are relating to the world when they can connect to each other much faster than ever before. I think that's what technology is allowing us to do. I mean, you are doing the same things, booking hotels and booking cabs and meeting people, but you're doing it in different ways. So I think understanding disruption and understanding the role of disruption in human relationships is where the secret of growth lies.
Fantastic. And what are some of the challenges that a marketer would face in trying to address this?
I think marketers will need to start using technology like they use PowerPoint. And technology is becoming like that. You remember the days when, we all remember the days when you used to need programmers to do a website. Today you don't. We are arriving at days where you used to need programmers to create apps, but today you don't. You drag and drop and you create an app. We are pretty soon arriving at days where the technology of marketing is going to become as simple as using PowerPoint. And we're going to have marketers who are going to be using those on a daily basis. The challenge right now is that the complexity of technology is not becoming the simplicity of PowerPoint fast enough.
That's a very interesting way of putting it, yes. So how could we accelerate that, you think?
I think, okay, acceleration and change of pace is actually need driven. So the speed at which some technology gets adopted is directly related to the magnitude of the need it serves. So the entire concept of jobs to be done, if you refer to Clayton Christensen's jobs to be done as a concept, technologies that do jobs for people that are in high demand will get adopted faster. We will not need to force an acceleration. It will happen. Much like coding became WordPress in a matter of few years. So I think we don't need to actively accelerate it. The market forces will accelerate it.
Right. So if a marketer is starting today, what are 2 or 3 things that you can say that they can really jumpstart and take their marketing to another level? What are some of the things they can do?
So I work a lot with data. One of the biggest things that I have discovered, and I think almost anyone can, whether you're starting or in the middle or at a very senior level of your marketing career, is that people's behaviors have not changed. The only thing that's changed is you can now measure and observe and track that behavior in a variety of different ways. So understanding people has become a lot easier because we are constantly leaving data footprints behind in everything we do. So right now you and I are talking, your phone is connected, even though you're not using it, your phone is connected to Facebook, is connected to Uber, is connected to Google, is connected to Snapchat and Instagram and everything. Even though you're not using it, even though I'm not using it, these respective apps know where you are, how close you're sitting to me, and how long you spend time with each other. So it's not any different from what we would have done 10, 15 years ago. Except today we are leaving these data crumbs behind. And you don't need to be a market research expert to harvest this data and understand people's behavior. So that's a huge paradigm shift. It's a paradigm shift in how you understand human behavior. It's not a paradigm shift in what the human behavior is, because that is still the same.
Right.
So, yeah, I think young marketers need to consider and focus on what old marketers used to, human beings. It's just you have a better way of getting to them and understanding them.
Right. So it's basically still putting the customer at the heart of everything you do, but now using technology and data and unstructured data and insights and analytics to actually, make that much more targeted and specific.
Correct.
Okay, fantastic. What is a typical day look like for you?
Pretty boring. I have a whole bunch of clients that I work with. Even though I work with data, the problems that come to me or the business challenges that come to me are got to do with the business. Now, whether I use data or I use origami to solve it,
It's a tool.
it's up to me. So I need to solve the problem. I just choose to use data.
Right.
And more often than not, I realize technology is not the problem. Data is not the problem. The problem is having enough people around you who feel inspired to try a variety of different things and don't really care about failing. And I know the failure is a celebrated thing today, but not enough people are actually embracing it. So I do a lot of experiments on a daily basis. Most of my experiments have 70 to 80% chance of failure, and they fail. The only good thing that's happened today with technology and digital is that you can fail fast and you can fail cheap. So if you are given 200 opportunities to fail as opposed to 2, your chance of success automatically goes up.
Absolutely, that's wonderful.
Yes, so my days are full of
Right.
Tinkering around, experimenting, and that's what I do.
It sounds fascinating. It really does. the data today is what guides us in the future, and the insights we gather from it, I think, are amazing. But from a typical marketer perspective, what tools are available for somebody who wants to look into their customer data to really understand and improve customer experience? What are some of the tools that are available today to the average marketer out there?
There are many tools available. There are a whole bunch of analytics tools available. There are different kinds of analytics tools available. There are different kinds of data mining tools available, data visualization tools available. Again, like I said, I am tools agnostic. I really don't care about tools. What I care about is the problem I have. So, one of the best things you can do, or any marketer can do, is that if you have a problem, let's say you are looking for a data driven segmentation tool, the best thing to do is to go to Google and search what are some of the best data driven segmentation tools available. You will get at least 500.
Right.
And you go through each one of them. You will be frustrated for a few hours, and then some answer will emerge. I don't think there is an alternative to this. I don't think there are experts sitting there who will write a prescription and you're done. That, if anything, is the paradigm shift for marketers today.
Right. Got to do the work.
More than got to do the work, there is no precedence. And even if you think there is a precedence, it lasts for 3 months. And after 3 months, again, there is no precedence.
So it really levels the playing field.
Continuous journey, continuous learning. You don't have a choice. Continuous learning. You need to think of yourself as an app. As a marketer, you need to think of yourself as an app. In your phone right now, can you think of an app that was not upgraded or updated in the last 2 months?
None.
If you are an app, when was the last time you upgraded yourself? You're an application to a purpose. When was the last time your version 2 was released?
That's a fantastic way of looking at it. Really, you need to reinvent yourself on a constant basis.
Yeah, either that or the world will make you reinvent yourself.
Fantastic. Okay, just finally, I just wanted to hear if you approach something in a different way and found some success with it. Maybe you can just share that with us. For example, you had a problem and you went through a series of as you mentioned, a whole series, like a journey, and you came out of it. What was something memorable, or something that you can actually say, oh, that was something that, it paid off?
So I did an experiment for a client in Singapore. I begged my MD for $500, and I did that experiment for $500, trying to get some insights on breakfast cereals. It ended up giving my client, that $500 experiment ended up giving my client their highest market share in 25 months. And it ended up winning a gold for data-driven marketing. None of those were expected. All I wanted to do was the experiment. And my reward was that I could do the experiment. And then the reward was my client benefited from the experiment. So experiments, that made me realize that you can do prototypes and experiments with people's behavior real cheap. You don't need to get multinational research agencies charging you millions and millions of dollars to get to those insights, because we live in a connected world. If you can see an Uber on your app making a certain journey towards you, you can also see many human beings making many different journeys towards many different destinations in a connected world. That we need to experiment with. That's what is going to give you success. And that's where growth is going to come from.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Subhendu. Thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot.
We really appreciate you coming over, and all the best, and thank you for the insights as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.